Hey YouTube, it is Sunday, January the 12th, 2020. Just a quick catch up. Not sure how long this video is going to be. We'll just see. I tend to say I'm going to make a quick video and then talk for far too long. I've just got a few things that were going through my mind that I wanted to talk about today. I haven't gone out for a run today. I actually was going to because the weather's quite nice today. But we've got a flood warning on in Carlisle. Now there's plenty of roads I could run around, but I've got my favourite areas that I like to run, and my most favourite area, which is down near where the stadium is, the track, is right by a river, and if it floods in Carlisle, that area is under water. In fact, it could even be above I'm 6 foot tall, and it could be over my head, so I've given it a miss today. But I just wanted to have a quick chat about a couple of things, something that I bought and arrived yesterday, and a couple of other things that I'm interested in getting my hands on for running really at the moment. But the thing that I bought was this, and I saw this. This is something that Seth James Demore wears, and it's to help something that's a problem for us runners. It's called a flip belt. By the looks of it, that's probably the wrong way around on there, but basically it is just a stretchy belt that you wear, and it's got like little pockets inside it. You're not going to be able to see this properly, but it's got little slits in it, 4 of them, and you can just pop stuff in, like your phone, your keys, money, etc. Anything else that you might have. I run with very thin gloves on in cold weather at the moment. My hands get really hot. I'll take those gloves off. I can stuff those in one of these little pockets. And one of the pockets has got, let me find the one, it's this one. One of the pockets has got a little clip on it, so you could actually attach keys and things to that when it's inside there. So just as an extra bit of protection. You can buy one of these that's a zip version, but from reading about it, it's only one of the pockets that's got a zip, not all 4, and it was about £10 more or something. So I kind of thought, do you know what? I'm prepared to give it a go without a zip, just to see what happens. Haven't used this yet. Camera's probably not picking this up, but this thing is, I've got 2 cats in my house, which you'll have seen if you've watched my other vlogs. Everything I own is covered in cat hair. This is no exception. I've only had it in the house a day and it's covered in cat hair, so it's just the way I live. A couple of other things that I'm interested in buying at the moment. I'll record my runs where I can on Strava, and I use my phone. Not sure exactly how accurate it is, but I think it's pretty accurate probably. But it's just where to put the phone. So now I've got this thing. I can obviously stick it in here. I have been running in jackets with a pocket and putting my phone in there, or I've got some running leggings that have got a zip in the back, and I'll pop my phone in there. But now I can just stick it in this and not worry about it. But I'm interested in getting a running watch, probably a Garmin, and I've been looking at. I don't need music. I'm not one of those people that has to listen to music when I run along, and quite like not having things like that in my ear. So I don't need a music version. I don't particularly want to spend £400, £500, £600 on a watch that's got functions that I'm never going to use. So I run, but I don't go swimming. I'm not interested in doing triathlons. I'm not going to do loads of other sports. I don't cycle at the moment, so I don't need a watch that has all that extra functionality. I'm actually not bothered at the moment about heart rate either. I'm not doing anything at all at the moment to do with monitoring my heart rate, so I don't need a really, really accurate heart rate monitor. So I'm kind of looking at I was interested in Garmin, and I was kind of looking at either I think it's the 235 or the 245, but the non-music version. Now the 245 you can pick up, it's around about £250. I think I saw someone was selling it on somewhere for about 210. But the 235, there might be cheaper out there. I haven't had a proper look yet, but Argos are selling that for £149.99, which, you know, 150 quid for something that I can use and not worry about my phone. I'll have my phone still on me because it's good to have in an emergency, but I don't have to worry about using that for Strava. I think that's worth it. I think I'm probably going to look at the 235. So if anyone watching this has got any suggestions or comment, please pop a comment down below and I'll have a look at it. But yeah, probably looking at the Garmin 235 for about £150 or less if I can find it. I have got a load of Nectar points that you can use in Argos, although actually that's kind of joint with my other half, and if I spent them on a running watch, you might go a bit mad, but hey. I was going to say not tell her, but she watches these videos, so I won't spend the Nectar points on a Garmin watch, I promise. Other than that, the only other thing, well, I said the only other things, the shoes, I mentioned this the other day, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. There's some shoes that I'm interested in getting. I've got my eye on, I'm really interested in racing flats. Okay, so rewind a little bit. I started running in September, not that long ago, it's only January now. I've run 5K, I can run 5K no problem. I'm getting up to 10K. So I haven't run, I'm not running massive distances at the moment, but I'm approaching getting near that, so running a 10K stage. I am doing an ultra kind of walk jog in June from Keswick to Ambleside, which is part of the Lake District Ultra Challenge, which is 100 kilometres if you do the whole thing around Lake Windermere. But other than that, the only other races that I've entered this year are 5K and 10K races. I've mentioned them before, but so I'm not doing any half marathons or marathons this year. And actually, at the moment, I'm quite happy not to do any ever. I'm not actually that bothered. I'm not running for glory. I'm not bothered about medals. I've said before, I'm actually quite interested in merchandise. When you do these races and they say, oh, you get a medal, you get a this, that and the other, and you get a t-shirt, it's the t-shirt that actually excites me the most. So yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm actually at the moment, I might change my mind, I don't know, but at the moment I'm not that bothered about running even a half marathon. So if I'm only doing 5 and 10K races or runs, actually racing flats really excite me. So I've got the Saucony Kinvara 10s recently, which I've done only about 3 runs in now, but absolutely loving that shoe. I'm also interested in the Saucony, at the moment, the Fast Twitch 9 and the A9. I'm interested in New Balance, looking at the 1400 and the Hanzo, if I can get my hands on some Hanzo. I'm interested in ultra shoes, so the Vanish R and also potentially the XC. And the only reason I say about the XC is because four of the 5K races that I'm planning to do this year are pretty much kind of traily, grassy races as far as I'm aware. So it's not like road running. So it would be really interesting to have a shoe that's like a cross-country shoe, which the Vanish XC is exactly that. That's what if you're a runner, you would know, but that's what the XC stands for. It's cross-country. So interested in that. Don't really see the point in wearing a road running shoe to race on something that isn't a road surface. That just doesn't work for me. I don't see why you would do that. You want something with a bit more grip, I think, and a shoe that's incredibly light as well for a short distance. To me, it's exciting. So very interested in that. There's other items that I'm going to want to buy. At the moment, I don't own any running shorts, for example. In the cold weather, I've been running in leggings, so with no shorts on the top. I'm one of those, I don't care. I'm not one of those guys that if I wear leggings, I've got to wear a pair of shorts over the top. I don't care. Yeah, so I'm going to need some shorts for warmer weather. I'm going to need some thinner t-shirts and tops and things for warmer weather running. At the moment, I'm kind of putting off buying too many things because it's a size thing, actually. And I'll tell you what it is. I've talked about this before, but I turned plant-based about a year is it a year or is it 2 years? It's at least a year. It's possibly coming up to 2 years this year, in around about sort of April-ish. I turned plant-based, so I was never really a big red meat eater, and I've never really been that heavily into dairy. I never liked drinking cow's milk, frankly. And I wasn't a massive cheese eater, although I did eat it. Although actually saying that, I loved halloumi, was, oh my God, to die for. And I really loved, I'll tell you what I did love, it's not dairy, but I loved a fried egg. In my opinion, pretty much anything could be improved with a fried egg on it. Obviously not a bowl of cornflakes or something, that's ridiculous. But you know, a lot of meals, if I could have a fried egg on it, that was like heaven to me. But I ate a lot of fish, I ate a lot of chicken and so on. But I gave all that up. And it was purely a health thing, and it was partly to do with the fact that I'd suddenly ballooned up to, you know, around about 15 and a half stone in weight. My waist size was getting bigger and bigger. I'm only 50, but I was actually starting to get, and who knows what it was, but I was starting to get pains in my chest actually. So I thought, this is crazy. So I just overnight just stopped eating anything other than just a plant-based diet. So, and by plant-based, I'm talking about, it's basically vegan. I like to say it's vegan without the screaming. So I'm not, and no disrespect to anyone out there that might watch this, but you get the kind of stereotypical vegan activist type person who comes along and is going to scream and shout and wave banners in your face. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in, yeah, animals are fantastic, but I'm interested in it from a health point of view, frankly. It's in it, and yeah, it's selfish, but it's my life, it's my body, and I want to treat my body how I think is the right way. But what has happened is I've lost, and definitely in the last year, it's been a massive drop. I've lost somewhere between 2.5 and 3 stone in body weight. I have lost around my middle. I'd have to show you a before and after kind of picture, which I don't really want to do at the moment because it's pretty hideous. But around my middle, I've lost, if I put a tape measure around it, and I was doing that, I've lost 7 inches from my middle, from the largest part, which is typically around about where your belly button is, or your navel, if you want to call it that. 7 inches, which is a lot. If you were to put a tape measure around your middle to whatever size it is, and then add on 7 inches, you'll see it's a lot. And frankly, that's fat. That's just fat that's gone from around my middle. And this top I've got on here, I've not had it ages, but it used to be very tight, like skin tight. It's a sculpt, I think it's sculpt mode top. And when you buy these, you get them in whatever size you get. I think I got this in a medium. It was like clingy tight. It was almost like embarrassing to wear. And now it's like, I could go a size down in this thing. So where I'm going to with this is my wardrobe at the moment is a lot of the clothes that I've got, they're too big. So I used to go and buy tops and jackets and things in a size large. Now I'm a medium, and actually in some I'm starting to go into a small. Now I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm not a small guy. But I'm losing tons. I've lost a ton of weight, but I feel fantastic. It's not too much. So, and actually, when I turned 50 not that long ago, I went and got one of those free health checks that you. So if anyone out there, if you've turned 50, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, when you turn 50, you'll get a message from your GP to say you can come and have a free health check at the doctor's. And it's very simple. They weigh you, so then they check your height, your weight, then they can obviously say, look at a BMI calculator and tell you whether on the BMI scale whether you're healthy or overweight or obese. Although take that with a little pinch of salt, because if you think about it, and you may have heard this said before, Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was winning Mr. Universe every year, he's around about the same height as me. He's like 6 foot tall. On the BMI scale, he would have been clinically obese, and yet he had something like 3% body fat. So take BMI with a little pinch of salt. But yeah, I guess it's nice to hear, to have somebody tell you that you're, in the healthy quartile or percentile or whatever they want to call it. They take blood and they check that they check your kidney function, your liver function, you get told your cholesterol level. They check you for. They check your insulin levels and blood sugar and so on, and then you get a report through that tells you what your percentage chances are of having, say, for example, a heart attack in the next 20 years, or type 2 diabetes in the next 20 years, and so on. And mine were all, like 2% chance, 3% chance, which is amazing. And I'm exercise. I don't smoke. I do drink a little bit. I eat a plant-based diet, and I exercise regularly every day. I meditate. I do yoga. I go running. I don't run every day, but I walk every day. I walk to work and back. It's only a little bit down the road, and then I walk down to into town as well, and so on all the time. I used to walk an hour each way to work and back in the past. It took me about an hour, so I know and it was 4 miles, so I know I was walking at 4 miles an hour. Easy maths. So yeah, I'm not unhealthy. But yeah, so the upshot. This is a long way of saying I'm putting off at the moment buying, and you'll find the same thing if this is you. I'm putting off buying too many clothes at the moment because I don't know what size to buy. Because I'm still actually losing around my middle. Trousers. I've got a belt that I used to wear, and I've found that I have to wear now with a lot of my trousers, and I've gone in several notches on the belt just to try and keep trousers on. I haven't quite got to that stage yet where they're embarrassingly kind of crinkled at the top. When you put a pair of trousers on that are too big, and then, for example, you put a belt on, and it kind of pulls it in so much that it all crinkles up and looks stupid. I haven't quite got to that stage yet, but it might not be far off. But I've kind of been putting off buying too many things because I don't want to have to then buy them again. I suppose now would have been a good time with sales on and so on, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, this video's gone on like 18 minutes now, and I've probably not talked about anything much, but yeah, I just wanted to check in. There's a few things that I want to buy. And yeah, just general bit of chit chat about healthy lifestyle and losing body weight and so on. So hey, I'm going to go. I've done yoga today, done my Yoganuary, done my meditation, done my other stretching. Going to go and have something nice to eat tonight. I'm actually probably going to, next time you see me, this might not be quite so long, so I'm going to give this a little trim. Maybe back to the orange hat tomorrow, who knows? We'll see. It'll be a little surprise. So wherever you are, keep safe, watch out for cars if you're out running, and have a great evening. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.